Hey guys, how you doing? It's Coach Hesh here from G.O.E Hoops. Welcome to episode 7 of Eagle Eye. Today we're going to flip it a little bit and change the structure of how we normally run these episodes. And we're going to look at 2 players instead of 1. We're going to keep it really relevant to this weekend where we got the NBL1 Central Grand Final with Norwood taking on North Adelaide. And 2 of the star players that are going to be in action are Sunday Dech and CJ Turnage. We're just going to have a quick breakdown of both their games in anticipation for this weekend's game. It should be a really good one. Let's get to the breakdown. Now, if we look at Sunday Dech first, we can see he had limited action for North Adelaide in the NBL1, and that's largely due to his injury that he sustained a little while ago. But he's back in action now, and I'm looking forward to a big game from him this weekend. For the whole season, Sunday averaged 19 points per game, 7.5 assists per game, and 5 rebounds per game, and that was all on an efficient field goal percentage of around 49%. Now, if we look behind those numbers, 3 of the biggest strengths that I think Sunday brings to the table are his three-point shooting, his mechanics, his efficiency, his range on his three-point shot is something that I think has improved a lot. Just recently in his most recent game, last week against Sturt, he went 7 from 10 from deep, and it was a really light 31 points that he put up, a very efficient way to go about his business. In addition to his three ball, we all know that Sunday's defensive abilities are arguably the best in the country. He was top 3 in Defensive Player of the Year in the NBL last year. I personally think he had a case for winning it. But even apart from that, his ability to slide with quicker players, guard the post with bigger players, he just has no weaknesses on the defensive end. And I think that's going to be really important this weekend as he matches up against CJ Turnage. Well, I hope that's the matchup anyway. And then thirdly, Sunday's facilitating ability is something that I think has improved and he's evolved into becoming more of a facilitator. I think he's able to get inside the teeth of defense and draw defense and then kick out to open players. I think that's something that's going to continue to evolve in his game. So I'm looking forward to him putting all that on the floor this weekend against Norwood. Now, if we look at CJ Turnage, now CJ's an import for Norwood, so obviously he doesn't play in the NBL because he's up against some high caliber players and it makes it tough to break through as an import. But he's definitely making a case as to why some NBL teams should be looking at him this season. For the NBL1 season for Norwood, he averaged around 25 points per game, 5 assists and 7.5 rebounds, all at around 50% from the field. Now, what impresses me about CJ Turnage the most is that he plays at his own pace. He's never rushed. He's able to just get to his spots, pick his times when he wants to be aggressive. And I think his ability to score from multiple areas on the floor is what's really impressive. Like I said, he plays at his own pace, and that's something that really stood out to me after watching him closely. Second to that, I think CJ is very efficient and he's versatile. As we spoke about, he's able to score from various areas and he doesn't require many dribbles. He just gets to his spot, he rises up and he shoots that mid-range, has a very nice step back game from the mid-post, takes smaller players down to the block and he looks to bully them, and he's really efficient at getting past people on the perimeter as well if he has a step on him. Big body, big frame, so once he does create an advantage, it's really easy for him to turn that into 2 points. And the third thing that I want to talk about with CJ's game is obviously his three-point shooting ability. Quick release, elevates high on it, gets up to his shot pocket nice and efficiently. I think it's a really hard shot to contest, and he shoots it with confidence. He has no conscience with it. He's put up crazy numbers all season, a lot of 30 bombs throughout the weeks, and I'm expecting to see him come to play in the grand final. And I'm really hoping that Sunday and him match up because it's going to be a great powerhouse matchup, and it's a great way to finish the season in the NBL1 Central. We've looked at both players. Clear to see why they've both been so successful and such big pieces of their team and the success that their teams have had to get to this point in the grand final. I think whoever wins this week, it's going to be as a result of what these 2 players leave out there on the floor, and I'm very curious to see who comes out on top. Now, in the comments below, I'd love to hear what you guys think of the matchup. Tell me whether you take CJ Turnage or Sunday Dech and why. And any other comments or feedback you guys have about the matchup, I'd love to hear that as well. In addition to that, please DM us and comment any other players that you think deserve some hype and people that we might be missing, because I've always been looking for new players to break down at all times. As always, I'll see you guys next week on Eagle Eye. Appreciate it.